honestly, our two lost teams, you mentioned Baylor and LSU, are probably our best played teams so far. I hate to say that. We get in a habit right now where we're playing to our competition, and that's not what we're supposed to do. I've coached championship teams before. Championship teams compete every game no matter who it is. So the last 3 weeks have actually been better than the prior 6, 7. Because we are taking every practice, taking advantage of extra bases, being productive even when we get out, something we haven't done in the early part of fall. So overall, I'm happy this is our last week. We round out our game in our fall season with San Jacinto up at their place on Saturday at 4 o'clock. Overall, I agree with you. We've been playing some pretty good softball. Yeah, San Jacinto, we've had 3 players come out of San Jacinto and played for us at Lamar. We got Sarah Ragsdale here now. Some of 3 of my best players, I would say. We had Shannon Millman, Candace Carter. They were 2-year starters here in their 2-year stint. Sarah Ragsdale is setting herself up for being a starter at Lamar. So definitely a great program because I'm getting kids from them. Last year they went to a national championship, did very, very well. We had an opportunity to see them up in Houston this year when we were playing in a tournament. They were playing somebody else, so we kind of scouted them for a little bit. They can hit. They got a couple pitchers that throw nice. They got some hitters. Their defense is solid. They're a good-looking JUCO, and I got my eye on some of those kids for next year on this team as well. And I think every team who vies for a championship or who wants to needs to be thirsty. I think, our thirsty came at the end of May last year when we had 9 games and we needed 1 out of those 9 and we get swept in all 3. I mean, it was an absolute disaster. So last year is last year, but with that being said, if you're not going to take anything from last year, if you're not going to take that disappointment and spew it over into this year, then what do we go through that for? So I think our kids, honestly, are thirsty and a little embarrassed and have some redemption on those teams that did that to us last May, and we're spilling that over into fall, and I think it's fantastic. What are we doing this year that maybe we fell short of last year? I alluded to it earlier, taking extra bases, being productive when we get out. We need different kids being RBI in that category, and last year we had 1 or 2. Now we have 5 or 6 kids producing RBIs. We have some freshmen and some transfers that are going to start this year. I hate to say this, but I think we could have a better team this year than we did last year, and that's saying a lot considering I had 4 seniors who all started last year. I think our depth is better. I think our depth on the mound, our depth on the infield is better, and I think 1 through 10 we could be better hitters than last year. We're not there quite yet, but I am really excited on how thirsty and hungry these guys are for a championship. They've been great to coach. We've been through ups and downs already this fall, and again we've been going hot and heavy here for a month and a half. But overall, they work very, very hard for me in the program, and I'm very excited on what spring is going to bring.
For spring ball, not.
This face here says it all. We broke ground 3 weeks ago. I am so excited to have the construction companies here get started here in the next couple of days. We borrowed soccer's field early this week for my outfield work, since we don't have an outfield for practice, and taking balls off of a facility like that, it's fantastic, and I know it's going to be the same for us. Literally walking out of the locker room 3 feet onto that soccer practice field was fantastic. So that's going to save us a lot of headache and heartache, having an opportunity for our seniors to play at home instead of traveling to Ford, instead of playing on a facility and practicing on a facility where we don't even have an outfield fence. It's kind of a makeshift field that we made for fall. We are so excited to have an opportunity to play at home in front of our friends and family and fans who have gone to Ford Park and followed us on the road because we haven't had a home. We're excited to bring that team and that atmosphere here at home.